honouring its local history. You're watching World Stadium Profiles, and this is Real Oviedo's Estadio Carlos Tartiere. The Estadio Carlos Tartiere sits towards the western edge of the city of Oviedo, based within a complex that includes a nearby park and garden and a minor club stadium facility immediately north. The ground's name honours Carlos Tartiere alias Pumarino. Tartiere was a Spanish businessman with ties to the Oviedo area. His father had been key in the establishment of a local club, Real Club Deportivo Oviedo, and it was in 1926 that Carlos merged Real Club with Real Stadium Club Ovetense to form the Real Oviedo that is known today. Tartiere would serve as Real Oviedo's first club president, a role he held until he passed away from leukemia on the 31st of July 1950. In 1932, Real Oviedo moved into a 22,000 capacity stadium known as Estadio de Buenavista in reference to the borough that it sat within. The historic ground was based on a site a short while east of where Oviedo's current home sits and was in use between the 24th of April 1932 and the 20th of May 2000. The Buenavista name remained until 1958 when it was renamed to the Estadio Carlos Tartiere to honour the late club president. The stadium had opened with a game between Spain and Yugoslavia, notably gaining further international pedigree in the 1980s. Ahead of Spain's hosting of the 1982 FIFA World Cup, the Estadio Carlos Tartiere underwent a complete rebuild, reopening with a 23,500 capacity design. It would play host to 3 total Group 2 games from the first round: Chile 0, Austria 1, Algeria 0, Austria 2, and Algeria 3, Chile 2. Necessary conversion to all-seater came in the late 1990s, significantly reducing total capacity down to around 16,500. A stadium of that size would just not do for a club from a city with a much larger fan base, prompting the need for either difficult expansion work or the construction of a brand new venue at a nearby site. The more suitable selected option was for a new stadium to be built. Work began very soon, the 18th of June 1998, on a stadium that would hold a much more suitable 30,000 people and include modern facilities. Under the name Estadio Nuevo Carlos Tartiere, used to distinguish it from the old ground, the new stadium would be complete within 27 months, situated just 600 metres west of Oviedo's present home. Real Oviedo played their final game at the original Carlos Tartiere as part of the conclusion of their 1999-2000 campaign, facing Real Sociedad on the 20th of May 2000. The new stadium was ready for them to begin the new season, leaving Oviedo's first game there as a La Liga match against Las Palmas on the 17th of September 2000. It finished 2-2. Official opening came 3 days later on the 20th as Real Oviedo played a special friendly with Serbian club FK Partizan. The Estadio Nuevo Carlos Tartiere name would only be needed for the first few years, as the original stadium would be demolished in 2003, with the land now home to a major conference and exhibition centre. The new stadium officially holds the name of Estadio Municipal Carlos Tartiere. The modern Carlos Tartiere opened as one of the most modern stadiums in Europe, appreciated most for its architecture, which incorporates a nearby hill and doesn't tower over buildings elsewhere in the city. The standout feature is its large blue roof, with the stadium's base housing access to fan clubs, a cultural centre, enterprises, a music school, a Real Oviedo museum, and a ticket office on the northwest corner. Several of the entrance gates around the exterior have been named after significant figures from Real Oviedo's history, with plenty more still available to name. There's an installable fan park immediately north, and around the ground sits a bust of Carlos Tartiere's likeness. The enclosed interior nowadays has a blue colour scheme, split into 4 distinct sides with seats only down at the bottom level of each corner. Tower-like blocks sit up above here with office space and corporate facilities inside. The main stand sits over to the west, dugouts and an off-centre tunnel down the front. Life post the original Carlos Tartiere hasn't been the smoothest for Oviedo, particularly from an operational standpoint. Despite its more open location, access and emergency exits haven't always been adequate to sell out events. The pitch has also had its challenges with maintenance owing to the area's environment and a lack of natural sunlight reaching the grass. It's now approaching a quarter of a century of use nonetheless. Its first international experience came soon after opening. a football team representing the autonomous region of Asturias, which Oviedo is the capital of, played a friendly against Macedonia in front of 25,000 on the 23rd of December 2000. The Spanish national team first based themselves at the new Carlos Tartiere on the 6th of June 2001, a 4-1 win over Bosnia and Herzegovina as part of qualifying for the 2002 FIFA World Cup. They have since picked up a pair of 2-0 qualifying wins in Oviedo against Latvia in September 2007 and against Slovakia in September 2015. Capacity at the time of writing sits at 30,500. Have you had the chance to experience the Estadio Carlos Tartiere before? Let us know in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe to the Matchday Man for more stadium profiles like this one. I'll see you then.